What is going on, gut health warriors, and welcome back to another episode of the Kaleidoscope. I am your host, Dr. Michael Forstner. If you are new to this channel, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. Now, in today's episode, we are going to be diving into magnesium, how this supplement can help your overall gut health, and even if you do not have GI issues, there's still benefits with magnesium. Now, if you are again new to this channel, each and every week we talk about different topics to help heal your gut. And even if you don't have an autoimmune disease such as myself who has ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease, and the list goes on, and you're just trying to get your health back to where you want to, this is a place for you to again get information, quick short bursts, and that way it can help you get healthier or back to your healthier ways. So let's dive into magnesium and how it can improve your GI or your gut health in this episode. So first of all, magnesium is an essential mineral that is needed for a number of critical things in our body. It helps with muscle contraction, blood pressure, just regulation. Again, this supplement is very important for a lot of people, and the sad truth is more people probably don't realize how low they are in magnesium. Now, myself dealing with ulcerative colitis, it makes total sense why I would be low in magnesium, because when you go to the bathroom a lot, or when I was going to the bathroom a lot, I should say, because I go regularly now, but when I was going like 6-7 times a day, that by itself is decreasing all the supplements, not just magnesium, but all the other things. I wasn't surprised when I was iron deficient as well, but that is a different topic. But magnesium was definitely one of those. Now, obviously, I was always trying to combat that by taking supplements and eating different foods, which we will talk about a little bit later in this video, and what you can do to get more magnesium in your body. But this is typically why a lot of people are lower in magnesium, especially when they have gut health issues, because with diarrhea, you are flushing your system with a lot of the supplements just going right through your body. You're now absorbing everything as well, and therefore, again, this is why it's very important that you want to make sure your levels should be above where they should be or way above, because again, when you are depleted and you're just getting back to that baseline, you're going to keep dipping lower than you want to be, and therefore, again, it's going to keep causing this yo-yo effect and causing more gut health issues. And as we all know, when you have gut health issues, it stems to every part of the body, because your gut is related to your brain, the brain back related to everything else, and therefore, again, this is going to cause a huge hiccup in your overall health. Now, the link between magnesium and your digestive system, I'm going to be reading a little article right here, but magnesium's role in the health and function of the gastrointestinal system is still being investigated. Researchers believe magnesium may influence the gut-brain axis, which we just mentioned, a signaling pathway between the digestive tract and the central nervous system. Magnesium is known to impact the gut motility, which is the movement of food through digestive system. The mineral affects gut motility by relaxing the intestines, drawing water into the intestinal tract. It is for this reason may magnesium help improve conditions like constipation. So let's break this down just a little bit and what exactly this means, because when it comes to your GI tract, your gut health, when you're trying to digest food, your small intestines, again, is breaking food down. But what happens is you also need water in that area, and that doesn't always happen. But you also need the food to be moving throughout the GI tract, because as it goes through your system, the surface area in that area is massive, and all these little filaments again are touching the food, breaking it down, and again giving the nutrients that it needs. But what will happen sometimes if you don't have magnesium, it goes way too slow, and now it just gets stuck in that position, and so your body can't really do anything, and it's actually going to back everything else up, which again is going to lead to that constipation that you're probably dealing with. Now, not everyone that has GI issues is going to have constipation, like I said earlier in this video. I was dealing with diarrhea, but still the problem is that I was so low in everything that my body just didn't know what to do, and therefore again it was just throwing everything through there. And therefore again, this is somewhere where you definitely need to check your levels and make sure that this can be very beneficial for you. Now, additionally, going off this research that I was reading here, preliminary research suggests that magnesium may impact the diversity of microbiota, a term for the trillions of microorganisms that live in your gut. Studies in animals suggest that having low or deficient blood levels of magnesium can result in decreased levels of beneficial bacteria, such as bifidobacterium specimens. Low levels of blood magnesium can also lead to compromised gut integrity and higher levels of inflammatory protein. Again, not surprising that we're seeing this and reading about this. So what's happening again there too? So the bad bacteria, as it increases, it's going to push the good bacteria down and therefore again causes inflammation in the system. And that is going to be a vicious cycle because as that continues, it's going to work its way through your intestines. So again, whether it starts down the lower or the large intestines with ulcerative colitis and works its way into smaller intestines, or with Crohn's starting in the small intestines and working its way the other way, it does not matter because once an area is inflamed and has this massive impact, it can go in either direction. And guess what? You need to eat food. Each and every time you're eating food, you're causing more irritation into that area. Now, granted, there are ways to decrease some of that inflammation and also help heal that gut area, which again is why we're talking about magnesium. But this is why you have to look at your gut health in a broad topic, because when you're looking at one specific thing, such as just magnesium, such as this water intake, your sleep, whatever you're doing, you need to look at the full picture. Now, again, magnesium is one of those cogs in the machine that can definitely help you out. So again, you definitely want to do some research on how this can be very beneficial for you. So there are certain things that we were reading about here. So people with digestive disorders like IBD, which includes Crohn's and ulcerative colitis and celiac disease, tend to have lower magnesium, which we mentioned earlier level, because compared to the general population, this is due to decreased absorption of magnesium in the digestive tract. And again, it's just getting pushed through and your body's not able to absorb everything. So again, if you are one of the people dealing with this, you definitely want to look into how you can improve your magnesium uptake. Now, obviously, there are different supplements you can take. There is magnesium maltate, citrate, and all these different ones have different benefits. So again, you want to do more research on each and every one because surprisingly, the different types can actually do different things. So one might help more of the constipation. One might help more with the brain function. One might help more with the blood vessels. So again, when you're looking at the different magnesiums at the store, make sure you're buying the proper one. Now, I always say the taurate is usually the best one because you're going to get everything typically with that, but again, that does come with a little more expensive. So depending on what you're actually looking for, just look it up and you will definitely see some of the improvements which when that will do. Now, obviously, there are different food sources you can also take too. So again, leafy green vegetables, seeds, and beans are going to be your big topic and how you're going to get into spinach, pumpkin seeds, Swiss chard, dark chocolate, chia seeds, edamame, black beans, brown rice, almonds, cashews. These are pretty much your high foods in magnesium. Now, granted, if you are having some gut health issues, some of these foods might be harsh on your gut. So therefore, again, this is where the supplement will come into play. You obviously, if you're like myself dealing with ulcerative colitis, I would cook down my spinach because it being raw can definitely irritate more of that area. Now, again, you might be different, but still, that's something you definitely want to look into when you're looking at this. Now, chia seeds, I think, are probably the best option because when you actually soak them in water, they get this almost gel-like, and therefore, again, there's better properties with chia seeds that actually can help your gut health as well. They have a whole lot of other benefits as well, not just magnesium. They have other things. So again, that's another topic we can talk about, and I probably will talk about that soon. But chia seeds, I would definitely recommend. And obviously, like I said, you can look at beans, you can look at lentils, but GI health issues, sometimes bean might be a little too harsh. So again, if you're having no issues with your gut health and just realize you're low in magnesium, beans are definitely a good source because they're also going to be high in fiber as well. So the only thing we definitely need to talk about with is the side effects. Now, obviously, if you are low in magnesium, you're going to have all these health issues. But the sad thing or the weird thing about magnesium, if you actually go too high, you can also have diarrhea. So the fact is, if you have ulcerative colitis, you already are probably dealing with diarrhea. It's a fine line you have to get in between. So again, you don't want to just all of a sudden take a huge amount because if you go too high, again, it's going to cause too much motility in your gut health. So make sure you know exactly where you're at. And obviously, this is for anyone, even if you have proper gut health. Again, if you're taking too much magnesium, it's going to cause the muscles in that area just to push everything through. So overall, I do hope you enjoyed this video. Again, magnesium can definitely have huge benefits. And on top of that, I would highly recommend you do check out justthrivehealth.com. Use the promo code colitis. It will give you additional saving at checkout. They also have supplements. You also can get probiotics, which is where I buy my probiotics. It's spore form, so again, huge benefit with that. But they also have different things, and they actually may now have magnesium. I actually didn't check before recording this video, but they may have it there, and obviously that would be a great place to buy it. So if you use the code at the checkout, colitis, COLITIS, that will give you an additional. I'll also have the link down below. So as always, stay healthy, and I will see you in our next video.